A very warm to you this morning. It's a very nice morning. I see the clouds over the hills, but I think they're going to wait until I finish my speech. I am delighted to see you all gathered here for the USP 2018 Open Day. Open Day is very important for aspiring university students, and it is your introduction to what university environment and life will be like. Today you will learn about the various study programs, career paths, and support services offered at the USP campus. Discover offerings of the 3 faculties of the university and are also studied on all USP campus in the region. Later today you will tour the campus to learn about these courses and programs which will be on display. A prospective student, the information you will acquire today will help you make very important decisions. So I urge you all to learn as much as you can before you make the decision. I trust that all of those seeking inspiration for the future will find answers and guidance for the future careers today. It is common knowledge that the USP Alafua campus has been the headquarters of agricultural education in the Pacific region since 1977. The campus houses the School of Agriculture and Food Technology and the Institute of Research, Extension and Training in Agriculture, IRETA. Many of our people hold important positions as scientists in agricultural ministries, as agricultural scientists and consultants within and beyond the Pacific are graduates from the University of South Pacific, Alafua. If you read the editorial of the Samoa Observer this morning, some prominent names who actually run government organizations, ministries, and corporations are named. And you will also see that my Chief Executive Officer has a double master, so I call him a professor from the USP. And my CEO of SWAS as well is a PhD graduate. So they all, I think, came through Alafua, probably played rugby here as well, and probably drink a lot of beer here as well. But as I said, they finished very well. Over the years, our government and civil leaders and policy advisors have come to fully appreciate and recognize the strategic importance of agriculture in the region. This has led to forging a strong partnership between the USP Alafua campus and the Samoan government through some of its ministries, Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, of course, Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, Ministry of Women, Community and Social Development, and so forth. These partnerships enable the government of Samoa and the campus to work closely together and share information that is vital for making informed decisions on matters related to the agricultural sector for the benefit of not only Samoa, but also the entire Pacific region. As a result, there has been increased emphasis on the need to boost agricultural production, to ensure food security, to increase income for rural communities, and to increase import substitution and efforts. If you want to know or want to see that you can actually be a very rich man in doing agriculture, you look at all the richest people in Samoa. They actually started as farmers. Their families started as farmers. I won't mention their names, but all of them actually started as farmers. So, if they can do it, why can't you do it? Our Pacific Island nations need to consider the local food crops for food security reasons, now more than ever before, and place more emphasis on this rather than on highly refined imported foods. I have been advised that IRETA and SAFT are concentrating on developing research projects to address the food security problems by looking at programs on adaptation to climate change. As recent as 2013, our government has been allocating 20 scholarships annually to students aspiring towards studies in agriculture in a bid to ensure the campus produces graduates that can ensure that Samoa and the region are not food deprived in the near future in the face of an increasingly overcrowded world. I'm also told that some years the number of scholarships applicants or candidates from Samoa, I don't actually use the whole quota from the government. I'm telling you that as minister, if there are more people, more than 20, I will do my best to try and ask the government or beg the cabinet to make more money available for students or candidates wanting to do agricultural studies in the USP Alafua. As mentioned by our Honourable Prime Minister in his keynote address at the official opening of the university's 50th anniversary on Tuesday morning, our government is now offering scholarships or postgraduate scholarships in the field of agriculture to our agricultural scientists to strengthen their technical skills and know-how so that they will be in a strong position to significantly contribute towards our agricultural sector-related research and development initiatives and efforts. These are aligned with the university's emphasis on relevance of its qualification in its mission, making USP Alafua campus an integral part of the university's drive to buffer the effects of globalization, climate change, and overpopulation in the region. As the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, I take pleasure in saying that our government has a special responsibility to the University of the South Pacific in Alafua. So why should you consider studying at the Alafua Campus School of Agriculture and Food Technology? That's the question. I would urge you to do so for many reasons. One, agriculture forms the basis of the largest employer in Samoa or anywhere in the Pacific and the entire world, making it the biggest contributor to the national gross domestic product. Not yet for the present ministry, but we will. Secondly, agriculture raises living standards and enables people to send remittances to family and friends across the seas for its lucrativeness. Thirdly, the gaze of the whole world is slowly shifting towards agricultural scientists now more than ever before, for answers and solutions to potential and inevitable food crisis brought on by the effects of the climate change and an increasingly overcrowded planet. Importantly, agriculture is no longer regarded as practiced in the traditional manner, which involve difficult and time-consuming farming methods and long hours of struggling under the scorching sun. Rather, agriculture is a science, just like chemistry or physics, and ways to farm have evolved over time and are now mechanized and modernized, leading to minimized or much reduced labor and more output. It is also much easier to be an employer rather than an employee in agriculture, especially for those of you with a lot of interest in entrepreneurship. Above all, with the pending accreditation of the university and institutional level from a world-renowned accreditation body called USC, a degree in agricultural studies can mean very lucrative employment for you because the accreditation puts the seal of quality on all USP's qualification, and qualification in agricultural studies is no exception. As Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, I wish to emphasize the important link between a good quality education and good quality social beings. Our region depends on good agricultural scientists to place the trail of change needed for our region to survive the demands of the times and we look no further than USP to meet this need. For Samoa in particular, our agricultural sector still has some way to go to overcome some of the challenges that cause the increase of production of crops and livestock into related agribusiness nationally and especially in the rural areas. It is known that the number of rural households engaged in formal markets is rather low, the majority being subsistence farmers. Agriculture is labor intensive. Also, agricultural production system requires significant working capital, yet access to credit is difficult and interest rates are high, resulting in low opportunities. As I have mentioned earlier, agriculture is very much climate dependent, and hence our prayers and collective efforts to mitigate the adverse effects of climate change and climate variability that challenges agricultural production. Similar to the rearing and nurturing of all living things in the requirement to also keep a lookout and reduce instances that place our crops and livestock at risk of pests and diseases, and forewarn on the impacts of weather or climatic changing patterns, as well as the fertile status of our soils that affects production levels, and also advise the introduction of technologies and methodologies that helps increase quality productivity. If you look at everything that I've said, you have to be trained. You have to be an agricultural scientist, and you have to be a good student, to be able to help Samoa and the region on its drive to improve agricultural production. I always say to my ministry that we don't have gold, mineral resources, but we have land. But our land is underutilized. So we urge you students, prospective students, to come forward, take the opportunity, and be a student in agriculture. We have 20 scholarships on offer, and we will try and improve that number if there is interest from you, students. To conclude, I would like to say that as a prospective student, you have the opportunity today to carefully carve the path to your future career, gather as much information as possible, and carefully assess your options. May I wish you and every success in your deliberations and future endeavors. It is now with great pleasure that I declare the 2018 USP Open Day officially open.
From Team FPE, Magnolia Taulialo, please make your way to the front quickly. Magnolia, Howard Matafai, Haini Hairani, Justin Schmidt. From Team Back Faith, Salvadius to the fore, Lily Elder, Ruta Phillips, from Team of STE, Tulfai Isaiah, Caroline Fumai, Seira Tofete, From Team Fale, Leva Ola Titimaya. Smela Mulu Lapua. Victory Tuala. Tasman Samoa. Tasman Samoa. He's not here, sir. Come on. And the Best Debater Award goes to Tasman. Please make your way here quickly. The Best Debater Award goes to Mr. Victory Tuana. Thank you.
On behalf of the Pro-Chancellor and the Deputy Pro-Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor and President of the University of the South Pacific, as well as the Head of School and Campus Director, campus staff and students, I'd like to extend our sincere thankful to all our distinguished guests, the Honourable Minister, Honourable Lopo, as we were greatly entertained yesterday by the graduation at the Tate building, and I would like to inform you that the Honourable Minister was also one of the graduates yesterday, and we had a great party, and I'm not sure if he has recovered from last night's dinner at the Taumesina last night. And again, we congratulate you, Honourable Minister, for achieving that milestone yesterday. And we, as alluded by the VC and Head of State, that it has been and highly entertaining and extraordinary week for the USP 50 anniversary celebrations, and we come to the last day today. The turnout at the prayers and marching for the first 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, was stunning. And Pastor Fulier said, you don't need to worry, because we started this program with the evening of prayers, dedicated to prayers led by the president of the Alumni, Afionga Pesta, and Afionga Mulitalo as well, and Afionga Telefono. They were all here for the prayers in the evening. So I'm pretty sure that's why it has been a successful week for USP, because we started right. Okay, and also a very successful graduation yesterday by the 18 members of our Parliament, Honourable Members of Parliament. And we also give a special thanks to our sponsors. As you can see, all the displays here, those are all the sponsors that help us make this open day happen. And especially a big thank you to the Honourable Minister as well, and your CEOs, and your management for the great display there, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, and all other partners and sponsors. We also thank you to CEOs and management of various government organizations and the private sector, as well as the principals, staff, and students from various government, church, and private schools. We thank you for making an effort to come and participate in our open day today. We also thank our foremost top officials of the USP, Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Winston Thompson, and the Deputy Pro-Chancellor, Aloma Johansson, as well as our Vice Chancellor and President, Professor Rajesh Chandra. This is the first time I think you spend the whole week in one Pacific island country. So you know that USP is owned by 12 island countries, and we thank you for that. We also thank to the head of schooling, campus director, Professor Mohammed Umar, and all the staff of Alafua campus for your hard working this week. And most importantly, our most important stakeholder, our students. We thank you for your contribution and effort this week. Malo Fafatai.
Siana haapai, la veita wake whawhakapare, koe pule o to whanasiare. Hake hahopo hake ai mahina, whotu mai e kakala iloa. Taha kai a wheoe o tutonga, kako hai tu te malea. Se ata, ki uhe tawa ke tā mafua, whanau hautu ki he umata. Sau i luna, te a whakatau pāti, te atu e, kau ki he mahalari. Ola haka pea ke mari mari mai, Asiva e pea ke vilota kai, tau lalo pea ke hao tai, e koe kakala tui me he pāti. Fui fui lupe oe halavuna, o kuolo i he ahi moe vuna, o muni ao he wafuko vuna, whare lahi awa no whakamauna. Kau i he malari, ola haka pea ke mari mari mai, asiva e pea ke vilota kai, tau lalo pea ke hao tai, e koe kakala tui me he paki. Sau i luna, pea whakatau pati, pea tue Asiva e pea ke vilota kai, tau lalo pea ke hao tai, e koe kakala tui me e pai.
Hai boa!
Love happy!
Tapuang e moe, hau e whanua, pea tapu moe tu I whale ua, mga hiha a he katoanga, ke tau fia fia he kaweinga. Tapu moe tu I whale ua, mga hiha a he katoanga, ke tau fia fia he kaweinga.
Well, I feel privileged, really, because, I've been coming to Alafua since 1968, before it became formally part of the university. It started became the university's Faculty of Agriculture in 1977. And since then, of course, it's continued to progress. And then I was last year in December for the graduation, last year. And I must say, coming back this time, 6 months or so later, the place looks a lively, spruced up, a dynamic-looking place. It's really come just in that short time. So Alafua is an important part of the university family, and it's very good to see it looking so well and healthy and vibrant and lively. So I think, from the point of view of the Council of the University, we can be nothing but extremely pleased at how it has come along and where it is today. So the celebration, with the involvement of the Prime Minister and the government on Tuesday, the opening, the march, the graduation that happened yesterday for the members of Parliament, I mean, it really lifts the profile of Alafua as a member of the university family. It's put it on a new level, and I was saying that it has established a new benchmark for other campuses. The amount of inclusive involvement of all stakeholders, through the government, through to the students today, and all the people in between. It's really quite heartwarming and very, very positive for the future, and a very, very appropriate marking of the 50th Golden Jubilee of the university.
Just hold it, we'll just get a still photo.